Hey guys, it's that time again to continue our Season 4 character wishlist discussion. Joining me once again is Mir. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, doing great.
Okay, I'm excited to do this character because, a lot of people know about this character. His name is Akuma. And Akuma, as many people regard right now as the best character in the game right now. So, there's a lot to talk about, but you guys might be surprised on what we want on his wish list. As for a lot of other characters. I mean, I don't even know where to start with Akuma here. First off, I guess what makes him the best character is that he's got the most tools and utility of any character in the game, and all these tools are extremely strong, exaggerated versions of these tools. So,
Yes.
even if we go through the normals, his crush counters are amazing. Plus on block. Standing light punch, a 3-framer. Reaches super far. His fireballs, he can do them in the air. And really messes up some characters' anti-airs. There's so much, man. The demon flip, all the combinations from that. His V-skill has utility. The teleport, the movement speed. I mean, Mir, you did a whole video about this.
Well, yes. In fact, there's this funny story with that video about what makes a character top tier.
Yeah.
And at first, I wanted to break down Akuma, to explain how good his tool set is.
Yeah.
And then I realized that the video was 40 minutes long.
Yeah, seriously.
I decided against it.
Everything is insane. He's got a throw bait. It's just I could go on forever, man. His one button anti-airs. I mean, he's got everything.
Yeah, let's just say that it's got everything.
He's got everything. You guys get the idea. So, despite this, Akuma is not the easiest character to play. In fact, he's actually very tough. Many pro players have attempted to use Akuma or switch to Akuma and have failed. And the only person to have actual premier winning success is Tokido, who started out with Akuma as soon as he came out and never gave up on him, of course.
And to be fair, a lot of success.
A lot of success. Tokido is the most consistent and more than likely the best player in Street Fighter V right now, and he's using Akuma. So best character with the best player. So yeah, there's so many players. I don't want to mention them all, but there's a lot of players that drop their characters, for Akuma, and like I said, I haven't done as well. Haitani is one of the most recent players, right? I think Punk tried Akuma. I think Meta RD tried Akuma. Snake Eyes. Pretty much everyone who plays a Shoto has switched to Akuma. There's just so many. Even Momochi tried using Akuma. So there's just so many players. And, despite all this stuff, we make Akuma, just by the introduction of this video here, we make Akuma sound so powerful, so insane. But if you look at, forums or Twitter or whatever, nobody really complains about Akuma. Why is that? Why does no one complain?
Well, let's just say that he's a fan favorite.
Yes.
And people are willing to turn a blind eye on him.
Okay.
I don't know how much this is justified, but
I mean,
it is a thing that happens.
Cammy's a very popular character too, though. A lot of people are complaining about Cammy right now, in general. So it's just like,
I feel like people are upset at the fact that Cammy is extremely boring.
yeah, maybe she's just more linear than Akuma, and we don't see Akuma mirror matches that often, to be honest. We really don't, because like I said, most don't make it too far. So maybe it's just we haven't seen him, we're not sick of him, but I think Akuma, the way his design is, he's very popular. A lot of his stuff, his design is very cool in this game, right? He's very entertaining to watch, especially a skilled player playing Akuma, for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't check the win rate online with Akuma, but he's a very popular character online as well. I run into Akuma all the time. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's our intro for Akuma. So, moving on to the patch notes. Actually, Mir, now that I looked back on all the patch notes for Akuma, I think he has, if not the smallest patch notes out of every character in the game. Like, he has the most minor adjustments out of any character. Like, if you go on his notes, it's barely anything.
It was pretty tiny, yeah.
Yeah, he's very close to how he was when he first came out, but of course I'll mention some notable changes. The first biggest thing, actually, was they raised his health from 875 to 900. And this was at the beginning of, There's like
Season
halfway
2.
point in season 2.
Well, season 2.5, I
Yeah,
guess, because it was
2.5,
released
right?
in season 2.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, like, this patch, I mean, I'm not sure what Capcom was thinking. They just wanted to throw something out random, because the thing is that, you know, Akuma wasn't even close to being fully explored, even by Tokido. I mean, when Akuma first came out, a lot of players said Akuma was a bad character. He had stubby normals, you know, and Tokido was losing a lot with that character. It took a long time to really figure out how to play him properly in Street Fighter V. And, you know, by this time, Capcom was already raised his health. And don't forget, Akuma's V-triggers are also very, very powerful. It literally turns into Shin Akuma. And that 900 health really helped him with his V-trigger. Okay, Akuma's forward hard punch, that's the throw bait where he slams he jumps up and slams the ground. They made that from +1 on block, I think it was, to -2 on block. However, they also buffed it by making it +5 on hit rather than +4, I think. So
+3.
+3. Okay, so Akuma can now link his standing medium kick on hit, so it's a higher reward. But, well, I wouldn't say a bigger... I guess he's just minus. The opponent can take a turn now when he blocks it successfully.
Yes. Unless you get EXDP'd in the face.
Unless you get EXDP'd in the face. Into V-trigger cancel, sorry. Anyways, he can no longer do a hard knockdown if he V-trigger cancels his EXDP. This was kind of a universal change because Ken got this too, I think. And there's a big deal for Akuma because if he did this, he had that crazy 50-50 air fireball setup. So, yes. Akuma being a crazy mix-up character, that's all we need right now. And, of course, the red fireball block string gap. I think, I don't know between the EX version or the normal version, I just know that there's a bigger gap now, the opponent can jump out of it and not get chipped to death like crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all that's happened throughout, you know, the year and a half of Akuma. So... Like I said, not that significant.
I would like to stress how important the 900 health change was for Akuma.
Sure.
Because, like, one thing is to think of it just as 25 health, but it is more than 25 health because of how the guts system works in this game. It's not as, you know, it's not as massive as, say, Guilty Gear, but it's still there. So that 25 health is technically more than 25. Now, I don't know, like, the exact values, but it does matter, guys. Like, it does make a difference.
It really does. I mean, if you guys don't understand what Mira's saying about guts, basically, the lower your health is in Street Fighter, you take less damage. It's just to add that hype factor to make the health bars look like they're closer than they actually are. And, yeah, so that 25 health is actually more significant at the end, at the tail end. So a lot of times you'll make that pixel comeback is because of guts. So yeah, it's a big deal, and activating 25 health sooner, you know, or healthier is also a very big deal to make a comeback. So, okay, let's go to our wish list part here. I mean, right off the hop, me and Mira are not asking for any buffs for Akuma, because he's already the strongest, we think. So, you know, despite Akuma being the best character in the game right now, in our opinion, we feel that, you know, very small adjustments need to be made, despite this, because we know that he's a glass cannon character, and almost nobody has unlocked his true potential right now. And, you know, I think Capcom should just focus more on buffing the lower tier characters, because a lot of the characters actually do a lot of damage in this game. It's like even Ryu hits like a truck, and if Ryu lands a fat combo on Akuma, he can almost be stunned, right? So, I mean, we want to keep that glass cannon nature, and we also want Akuma to have the most utility because of that. You know, that's what makes him really, really unique. So, the first thing and most important thing that I want Capcom to do to Akuma, if anything, is to lower his health back to 875. Now,
yes,
you agree with this too, right, Mayor?
Yes, I totally agree.
Now, there's a couple reasons for this. One reason, besides even balance, I love the idea of Akuma having the lowest health in the game. It's just something that I just like in general. It's what makes Akuma really unique, is that he's a very dangerous character to use. You know, it's like, it feels like he's a character that if you gotta be someone who knows what they're doing, you know. And I like that. I like that. He's just so powerful, but it comes at a cost, you know.
Yes.
And the second reason is that I feel like Akuma's utility is just so insane in this game that he needs to have. But you can't, either you nerf his utility and kind of break what makes Akuma Akuma, or you add the risk factor, which is the health. That's the only other way to balance it, right? You can't either, like, you lower his movement speed, it won't feel like Akuma. You lower his utility strength, or the amount of utility options he has, it doesn't feel like Akuma. So, like, the only other thing is health. That's, like, something unique in Street Fighter, how they balance these kind of characters that have more options than others, right?
Yeah, and a lot of things were already changed, you know, in this incarnation of Akuma in Street Fighter 5. For example, he's not the fastest character in the game, while he used to be in, say, Street Fighter 4. So, you know, like, you know, they already changed a few things, and he still works out because they, you know, thought of the kid in a different way.
Right.
So yeah, we definitely want him to still be, yeah, there's a utility monster, I guess.
Right.
But low health.
Right. And, you know, we want like a big difference between Ryu, Ken, and Akuma, you know? And I don't think 900 health is that much of a difference. Like, I still think, even if they buff up Ryu and Ken, I still think people are going to be playing Akuma just because he's just so damn good. You know, his utility is just so damn good. But I think 875 health is really going to make you think, maybe I want to play Ken or Ryu, you know? Because they have 1,000 health, and it just makes it more distinct between the Shotos, I feel. So the consequence of Akuma having 875 health will mean that he's a much weaker state when he activates V-Trigger 1. And they did slightly nerf V-Trigger 1 too, I forgot to mention. I think he can do one less air fireball in V-Trigger 1.
Yes, they increased the cost of air fireballs.
Yeah, something like that. But his V-Trigger 1 is extremely powerful, not even talking about him having access to Raging Demon, but also the fact that his invincible reversal causes a hard knockdown. And of course the air double fireball.
Yeah.
Okay, so these other things are just kind of tidbits that were just thrown in here. Go ahead, Mir, you can tell these two because these ones you mentioned here.
Okay, so although, like we said, you know, we kind of want to leave this character in the same place, I feel like there's a couple adjustments to be made. One that I honestly cannot stand, like, this is actually very annoying, is that EX Demon Flip, if you let it rock, it goes into a slide. And that slide is plus.
It's plus 2.
Why is that? Like, especially when, you know, the Demon Flip Palm is also plus, so I mean, you already have your plus option.
EX Hooligan slide is like plus 1 or plus 2 as well. I think that was the idea.
I guess that should go as well.
We should go back to a Kami video and talk about that. Okay, so EX Demon Flip slide, like, minus 2 on block. Okay.
Yeah, especially when, you know, it's not really a mix-up that you can react to.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you have an option that is plus, then, you know, all the other options shouldn't be as, you know, rewarding on block.
Right.
Then another thing I was thinking about is, I think his forward throw is exceptionally good, especially when, you know, it's near the corner.
Yes.
So I would add a little bit more recovery, a couple of frames more recovery on it, so that, you know, like, those pseudo throw loops are basically not possible anymore, or rather they're more obvious when they're about to happen.
I definitely agree with you on that, because there's a lot of characters that still kind of have these pseudo throw loops, and I think Akuma's corner game is strong enough as it is. It's just so powerful that, like, once again, you know, getting thrown by Kami or Akuma or Ibuki in the corner is just a very dangerous situation still. So.
Yeah, especially when you have, you know, plus on block crush counters and good movement speed and air fireballs and whatever, so yeah. I think his throw can be nerfed a little bit. Just the recovery line, not damage or anything like that, just the recovery.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are like two changes that I would like to see.
Okay.
On top of the health, of course.
Okay. And I guess the final thing we should mention, guys, is that right now V-Trigger 1 is the obvious choice for Akuma. I think majority, if not all, use V-Trigger 1 exclusively with him because of the amazing comeback factor and, of course, the Raging Demon. But I think if Capcom does nerf his health to 875, then I think that'll make the V-Trigger 2 more viable just there because it is a 2-bar V-Trigger. So I don't think any further adjustments have to be made with that if that's the case. So I think that solves that problem right there. But that's pretty much it about Akuma, unless you have something else to mention, Mir.
No, not really. I mean, I could mention other nerfs, but you know, we're still looking at this in you know, not in a vacuum. Like, not just nerfing Akuma. Like, we're thinking of a scenario where other characters are also buffed, you know, low tier characters, and, you know, all the other top tiers also slightly nerfed.
Yeah.
So I think that would be enough. Like the health is significant, and you know, with the other two small nerfs that I mentioned, it's probably enough.
Yeah.
If not, I mean, we could, like I said, there's more that I could mention, but let's just keep it at this for now.
For sure. Don't get me wrong though. I think in season 4, Akuma will still be a top 5 character no matter what. Just because I just can't see any other character coming close to that kind of utility that Akuma has. And so we'll see where Akuma lands, and we'll see if his patch notes will be as scarce as they've been before, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, if more players will either drop him or pick him up, if that's the case, he might be the new Cammy of season 4. We'll see. Guys, let us know in the comments below, how do you guys think Akuma is? Do you guys think he's very strong, or you think he's overrated since no one's really had success with him? Let us know in the comments below what you would change. And of course, please subscribe to the channel, guys. We got more wishlist videos coming your way, and season 4 is right around the corner. And like the video too, it really helps out. And till next time, guys, take care.